Resilience is one of the most important things that we can work on to help us cope and thrive in these incredibly uncertain and challenging times that we're having at the moment right around the world. So no matter where you are, here's seven things that could well help you make a difference to your resilience. Hi, I'm Campbell. This is Mind Bite Thursday, your weekly dose of the human edge in technology. This week, resilience and 7 things that you can apply right now and work on right now to help with your resilience, which is the thing that might be able to help you cope a little bit better with all of the challenges that we've got going on all around the world at the moment. The first of those is progress. Most of us, when we set goals, whatever we do, we're looking to achieve something that tends to be off in the distance. And when we're measuring our progress to achieve that goal, what we almost all do, almost all of the time, is look at how we're doing in relation to getting to that goal. The challenge with that is that's the thing that's off in the distance, and when you're measuring where you are to where you want to go to, you're always going to be on the negative side of the equation. It's always going to be a downside, it's always going to be negative. So here's something else to look at. So instead of looking out to the future and measuring yourself against where you want to go, what you can do is look back and see where you've come from and measure yourself against where you've come from. And the brilliant thing with that is, that then is, it's always, as long as you're doing something towards your goal, you're always in the positive. And it doesn't matter how small it is, one of the key things for a sense of accomplishment and a sense of progress and motion and fulfillment is to feel we're making progress. So if you measure yourself where you've come from, no matter how small it is, even if you're only making small amount of progress, it'll help your brain feel like you're making progress and give you a far better sense of well-being, and it'll lead to more resilience. The second thing, and I'm sure you've heard this plenty of times, is exercise. Are you out exercising? Are you walking? Going to the gym? Look, many of us find it too hard to even get out and do that, and especially with a lot of the lockdowns that are going on at the moment. There is one thing, however, that you can do while you're at home, and I've talked about it in a previous Mind Bite Thursday, which is the 7-minute exercise. It's the research-based exercise program that's the least that you can do for the most amount of benefit. I'll put a link to it in the show notes, in the notes underneath the video. 7 minutes, that's all you need to do. 12 exercises done, one after the other. You just need body weight in a chair and a room at home. 1 or 2 of those, 3 to 5 times a week, and you're well on your way to some increased resilience through improving the body's physical ability to cope with things. The next one up is sleep. In our modern world, with the busyness and all of the crazy stuff that's going on, trying to get stuff done, we lose sight of the fact that as humans, we need sleep. 7 to 9 hours for almost all of us every day. 8 hours is the magic number, but if you can get 7, that's great. So especially when you're feeling under stress, under pressure, you're better to chill out in the evening, have a wind down program and process, get into bed earlier and get up early and get the day going early, get your 7 hours sleep. It'll make a huge difference to your ability to focus, to your creativity. The deep sleep helps regenerate the body, and the REM sleep that you'll get helps build the creation and consolidate any learnings that you've got. So 7 hours of sleep if you can get it. Number 4 is gratitude. By all means have goals and things that you want to achieve, but if you can look where you are in the moment and be thankful for what you've got, it makes a huge difference. And I'd suggest there's 2 things you do every day. One is when you wake up in the morning, either before you get out of bed or as soon as you get out of bed, or sometime in the early morning, in your early morning, is to think about 3 things that you're grateful for. Just 3. It can be about yourself, it can be about the world around you, it could be as simple as being able to have a hot shower. And then in the evening, write down in a journal or on a piece of paper or on your computer or anywhere you like, 3 amazing things that happened today. Just 3 things. Pick out 3 things that were really cool from today, write them down. Number 5 is meditation. Now, meditation's been practiced for years and years, and it's one of those things that all seems a little bit woo-woo. However, there's some incredible research around the value of meditation for calmness, for resilience, for being able to make better decisions, for being more focused. It actually changes the brain. I could go on at some length about it, but there's a brilliant 10-minute podcast from the Genius Network from a guy from Jason Campbell, and He talks about all you need is 299 seconds in a day. That's it. 299 seconds. He takes you through the whole why and the what and the how. That's brilliant. I'll put a link to it in the notes below. Highly recommend you have a listen to that and then consider brief meditation. Just get started and then perhaps look to ramp it up over time. Number 6 is self-talk. There's a great saying that says, don't believe everything you think. Huh? Well, what we think isn't necessarily true. And often the things that we think about tend to make us feel negative, uncomfortable, disempower us. And we often beat ourselves up. And there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on in our minds. So don't believe everything you think. A thought is just a thought, it's not a fact. And if you can observe yourself having those negative thoughts, you can observe your thinking, you can then look at it and go, oh, it's just a thought. And then choose and then ask yourself the question, does this help me? And if it doesn't help me, if it doesn't empower me, if it doesn't make me feel better, you can choose to ignore it and have another thought. So that's number 6. Don't believe everything you think. Incredibly powerful. Give it a go. And number 7 is self-compassion. One of the biggest challenges we have is when things go wrong, when things aren't going right, or when we make a mistake, we tend to beat ourselves up. But think about it from the other perspective. What would you say to your best friend who was having the same challenges and who made the same mistakes that you did? Would you tell him off? Would you give him a hard time? Well, maybe if it's a bit of banter. But you'd probably say, don't worry about it, it doesn't matter, it's not such a big deal. In the big scheme of things, is it really going to matter in 2, 3 or 4 or 5 years' time? Almost certainly not. So have that thought when you're beating yourself up, think about, what would my best friend say to me? Or what would I say to my best friend? And then have some compassion for yourself and maybe introduce that into your self-talk. So to recap, that's 7 things. Pick one, just pick one and give it a go. What were the 7 things? Number 1 was progress. Number 2 was exercise. Number 3 was sleep. Number 4 was gratitude. Number 5 was meditation. Number 6 was self-talk, don't believe everything you think. And number 7 was compassion. Have some self-compassion, have some compassion for yourself. So that's 7 things. Pick one, give it a go, or pick 2, give them a go today. Is it going to be the exercise? Is it going to be the gratitude? Are you going to try and get a bit more sleep? Do something. Work on your resilience. It's a tough world out there at the moment. Good luck. If you'd like more information or videos like this, subscribe to the Integration Catalyst YouTube channel, links below the video. And if you'd like to see whether I might be able to help you with wherever you are in your career and with your aspirations to help grow and accelerate your career going forward, reach out to me through the link below or on the website, and you can book a 30-minute complimentary, free, low-key, no pressure, no obligation strategy and coaching session to see whether there might be a fit. I can understand a bit about you, you can understand a bit about me, and whether or not there might be some benefit for both of us in going forward with a connection, how I might be able to help you, and then you can make the decision, completely up to you. So that's Campbell Such, Mind Bite Thursday for this week. Over and out, see you next week.